Hello everybody, Luke, and today I am reviewing BlackBerry. It's a good day. I just saw a movie. The Celtics won. I hope they make it past the 76ers, but we will see. And also the new Legend of Zelda is out, so I'm in a good mood. And you know what? The movie I saw, it was pretty good. It is about the rise and fall of BlackBerry, the very first smartphone. So was there something more to the demise of the phone than we thought? Let's find out. Let's get right into the review. So the film stars Jay Baruchel and Glenn Howerton. So the film opens up with Jay Baruchel and Matt Johnson, who is also the director. So they're going to try to pitch the new phone. Now what this phone does is that it can send emails, text, and call. And it doesn't go very well because they're complete nerds. They don't know how to talk to people. Nothing wrong with nerds, by the way. There's nothing wrong with nerds. I'm a nerd. But they don't really, they're antisocial. They're awkward. They're the tech people, They don't really know how to talk. They're like the Wozniak to Steve Jobs. So Glenn Howerton comes in and says, I'm going to take control of your company. I want to be CEO, but I'm going to take this company to a whole new level. After some talking with phone companies like Verizon, they end up with the BlackBerry. And all is going well. Everybody wants a BlackBerry. People want it so badly that the networks can't even keep up with how many people want it, so they can't sell as many. I mean, it is going amazing. Until one thing comes in 2008. And what is that? It's an iPhone. So the whole film is about the timeline of what happened, from the startup to the ending. What I really like about the movie was the startup of it all. It's kind of like Silicon Valley meets Succession. You're seeing these, nerds kind of, techie people who are trying to sell their invention, but they're just kind of awkward, and also, they're buddies. And that's one of the pluses to this movie. I like kind of seeing them interact with each other. Every Friday they have movie night. They always quote their favorite movies. They go into the office not wearing suits. They just kind of wear whatever they want. They have like fun games and fun gimmicks in their office, like a plunger, and they play games together. There's a sense of camaraderie. And, it's a sense of like an underdog story. It's like Revenge of the Nerds. You're kind of rooting for these people. And then on the other hand, you get Succession, and that's from Glenn Howerton. You get Succession mixed with like Steve Jobs, the Michael Fassbender one. Glenn Howerton is just like this angry man, this egotistical angry man. He's kind of yelling at them saying like, I need a prototype by next week. And of course the techie says, oh, well, it's going to take a month. I can get a prototype in 1 week. And he says, I don't care. Just get it done. It's kind of like that. It is like Steve Jobs. It's this guy who he has a vision and he wants it to happen. And I think those people, the performances of the techies and the business people, I think that's what really saves this movie. I think the movie is really good. Is it anything mind-blowing? No, it's a very standard story, which I'll talk about later. But the performance is what helps the movie. A good example of this is Snowden from Oliver Stone. Say what you want about Snowden, I don't really care, but the fact is that the story is kind of interesting. But was it really interesting enough to make a whole feature movie about it? Not really. So, listen. Was Steve Jobs really like this? And was the CEO of BlackBerry really like this? Screaming at them and yelling at them? I don't know. But it makes for an entertaining movie. I think the issue with Snowden is that while the story is interesting, it's interesting at least to read the Wikipedia of it, to sit in a theater for 2 hours and watch just people talk about, politics and, the NSA and all this stuff. Does it really hold your attention span? And hey, listen, if you love Snowden, I respect it. I love Justice Gordon-Levitt. I love Oliver Stone. And it wasn't a horrible movie. I'm just saying, was it super entertaining? Not to me, at least. But this movie, it is entertaining. It's because of those performances. You're kind of at the edge of your seat. You're kind of cringing. You're laughing with them because it's so extreme. So those are the performances. But now I should get to the story. The story itself, like I said, is pretty simple. Believe it or not, it's not as crazy as you think. And that was kind of a bit of a bummer. Listen, I'm not going to get mad at history because obviously history is history. What can I do about it? But the thing is that the whole film was kind of selling on this fact of like this horrible fall, this horrible demise. Like work hard, fail hard, I think that's like some of the taglines for the posters. So what I was thinking was, and I think a lot of people, when you're holding your I'm literally filming a video with my iPhone right now. So, you're holding your iPhone, you're using it, and you kind of think, whatever happened to BlackBerry? And honestly, I can tell you right now, spoiler, but not really, the iPhone happened. And at the end of the movie, there are some other things like the FCC coming in, or CEOs making bad decisions. But really, I don't think there was anything that BlackBerry could have done to counter the iPhone. I think the iPhone won right when they announced it. Yeah, they could have tried harder. Jay Baruchel's character, who's also the CEO of the company, is kind of, resistant. He doesn't really want to get rid of the touchpad because he thinks that's the future, and he thought that nobody would ever want just a touchless phone, or I should say a buttonless phone. So yes, he probably could have been more open-minded, but I really do think just the iPhone beat them. And for me, when it comes to true stories, especially like documentaries, I always ask, is there enough meat on the bone? Is there enough to tell a whole film-length story? And for this, I would say yes, it did, but it wasn't like crazy cinematic. I know this sounds all nitpicky, and honestly it is a little bit, but like I said, this is such a small thing. I just kind of, with the marketing, I was just hoping that there was gonna be more, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why I'm praising the performances, because that's why I think you should watch the movie. I think the performances are super funny. I think they're entertaining. I think they're crazy. I think they have a good range of humor and serious and drama and everything. All in all, I do like this movie though. I'd give it 3.5 stars. I think it's a good story. Like I said, nothing crazy, but there's nothing wrong with that. It was 2 hours, you're enjoying the performances, and it's a good look at history. Would I recommend going to see it in the theaters? Probably not, but if it goes on demand, go watch it. It's definitely an interesting look at the history of the very first smartphone. Perfect, and there it is. That's a review. I hope you liked it. If you did, check out another video, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. You all have a great day. Let's go Celtics, and I will see you all in the next video.